Lane here, coming at you today with a war recap. So recently, Red Elite and Battle Elite actually met in Clan War accidentally. Not this war, the next war. So today, it would take forever to bring you all the 3-star attacks, or all the attacks in this very close Clan War. As you can see, we'll go through the stats here. Battle Elite did best us by 2, but what I figured is I would go through all the 3-star Town Hall 11 and 10 attacks. There were quite a few, so it might be a little bit of a longer recap. That's why I'm probably going to do the Town Hall 9s separately. So let's go ahead and start things right away here. There were a lot of clutch attacks in this war. It actually came down to the last minutes of this war, and Battle Elite pulled it off with a couple epic 3-star attacks. And here was one of them by Hundo. I think this was the second to last attack. Could be wrong, but either way, he's attacking Red Knight. This is a Town Hall 11 on Town Hall 11. We have level 7 Grand Warden on offense, and these Go Wee Wee attacks have just been absolutely crushing it in the game. It will be very interesting to see how the skeleton nerf changes things. I still think it's going to be a very viable attack, especially when you can bring the Grand Warden with a life aura and the Eternal Tome in conjunction with the level 3 witches. Even with the skeleton nerf, I think it's going to be a very viable 3-star strategy, and I'm very curious to hear what your thoughts are. We'll get into the play-by-plays in a second on these replays, but I want to know throughout the video, I'm going to be asking you today what your thoughts on the balancing is right now in the game. Some people are happy, some people are unhappy. I'm going to give you my take in just a bit. So you can see Hundo's getting to the center compartment there, and this is the beauty of the Mass Witch attack. You almost have kind of like a built-in freeze spell. Obviously, the mechanics are different, but with that Grand Warden's Eternal Tome, it's so useful to use that tome in like the most critical area of the attack. Now, obviously, sometimes it's going to be right away, and that's usually the better scenario, is to use it early on. That way, you're getting the more bang for your buck in terms of the number of troops that you're protecting. But there's certain scenarios where you might want to go ahead and save it till the end. I actually had a 3-star attack in this war with maybe about a half an hour left in the war, and I thought it might be enough to win, but then they came back with 2 3-star attacks of their own. And in my 3-star attack, I actually saved my Grand Warden ability till almost the very end, and it actually helped me pull off the 3-star. So there's different ways to play with that Eternal Tome, but certainly using it early on does seem to be the more effective way if you can plan it out ahead of time. So Hundo pulls off the nice 3-star. Now, Red Knight had his Inferno Tower set to single target. That's probably a big no-no, especially in Clan Wars. I'm sure he's since changed that. But anyway, let's go ahead into the next attack here against MJ, and I can guarantee MJ didn't have his Inferno Towers on single. No, they're not. And this was the attack that won the war. Such a clutch, high-pressure situation for Manu fan, and Manu's a great attacker over in Battle, and he's thinking about starting a YouTube channel. I think you guys should encourage him to do so in the comments below. As you can see, he's Battle Elite's #1 player on the war map, and he certainly lives up to that reputation here. So he's coming in, like I said, sure, a lot of you guys are going to say, sure, with level 3 witches and a warden, it's easy. But I'll tell you what, in the last minute of a clan war that's tied up until then, it's not so easy. It's certainly, sometimes the pressure can get the better of a lot of attackers. But you can see here, he's just going to be cool, calm, and collected, drop his troops, making their way through the base, looking really good right now. So they're going to basically slowly make their way through the base, and you want to pay attention to when he uses his freeze spells and his Grand Warden ability, the Eternal Tome. So like I was saying before, guys, some people kind of upset about the offense being this powerful, especially these witch attacks. And I gotta admit, I didn't think these Go Wee Wee and these mass witch attacks we're gonna see in just a replay or two, a straight up mass witch attack. I think 20 or something witches, so stay tuned for that in just a minute or so. As you can see, these troops just sweep through the base, but I'm wondering if this is what Supercell intended with these with this Town Hall 11. The Grand Warden is just so powerful. A lot of people don't realize the ability of the Eternal Tome, but not only the tome, but the life aura is absolutely huge. Because it's a passive ability, people don't tend to notice it much, but those hit points he adds to the skeletons and witches really makes an absolute huge difference. Now, I personally, like I said, I thought it was going to gear the game more towards phased attacks, like Go La Loon, Go Ho type attacks even at Town Hall 11. but it doesn't appear to be the case. It appears that the meta is definitely moving to these witch attacks just because of how effective the witches are with the warden. Now check out this attack by Deadshot here. He's going to go ahead and take down 3 of the mortars and totally, absolutely annihilate this base using 20 witches and just the heroes. He has 1 golem in the clan castle, and after that, he's just going to go ahead and totally slam this base with all those witches. An absolute overwhelming swarm of witches here, all protected by that Grand Warden's life aura. So the idea here is he's engaging the base towards that remaining mortar, and once that mortar gets down in just a few minutes here by that golemite and a little bit of skeleton backup in a second here, once that mortar goes down, you can see the only real weapon left on the board, even with all those archers left standing, some of them avoided that poison spell, it's really going to be no match for this army. He's going to use that Grand Warden's Eternal Tome ability to get the witches through that last remaining big threat on the board, which was indeed the multi-target Inferno Tower. Once that multi-target Inferno's down, it's going to be kind of a total cakewalk from here. I mean, check this out. All those witches in the middle right now, and they're just moving their way slowly but methodically through this base. So the queen actually went up north, and that's actually going to kind of help out. She's going to make her way through the base, kind of going around counterclockwise, while the Grand Warden protects all these witches. We'll go ahead and speed things up a little bit, but this is definitely my vote for one of the coolest raids in this war. What a fun war this was, by the way. I mean, hats off to Battle Elite, obviously, for winning. This is the first time they've beat us out of our 3 or 4 wars, so they're definitely on the rise. Certainly, we're not. I don't think we're on the decline, but Battle Elite certainly proved that they are the top dog in the alliance right now. So that was a nice attack by Deadshot. So let's move over to the next 3-star attack on Jed by Hundo. As you can see, this is the second raid by Hundo, meaning he did indeed have a perfect war. So shout out to Hundo, really bringing the pain in terms of our perspective with these attacks, and it's going to be another straight up go wee attack. If you hadn't noticed, all these attacks are going to be go wee or mass witch, one or the other. So I guess technically they're the same because at least one golem does constitute go wee. I don't even know, were there any wizards at all in that last attack? I don't think there were, so I guess that was just a go wee. Anyway, you can see here the troops yet again. I mean, it's pretty cookie cutter, this strategy. That's why I gotta figure that Supercell didn't really intend for it to be this easy. And my thoughts are this. So I've been kind of delaying my own opinion to make you guys watch longer. Obviously, I'm joking. That wasn't my intention, but you know how I like to ramble. But my whole thoughts are this, right? So I think they wanted to make 3-starring easier, and who knows if that's the real case, but I know that the community for a long time has wanted that perfect balance that Town Hall 9 has had. So in other words, at Town Hall 9, it's always been relatively, I don't know if easy is the right word, but it's definitely doable without any third-party help to 3-star at the highest level at Town Hall 9. So my thought process is maybe Supercell wanted to add the Grand Warden and the level 3 witches to give Town Hall 11s the opportunity to 3-star at the same percentage or rate as Town Hall 9s did previous to the update. And I'm just not sure if this is what they intended it to be. This although it is strategy based, 100% strategy based, it's also, not the most intricate strategy. I brought you that attack by Woody a couple of videos ago, so check that out. We're going to go down here on the log and go to, hey, yours truly, 3-star attack. Now, again, I am a Town Hall 11 against a Town Hall 10, so maybe this isn't that impressive anymore. This is not that impressive anymore, but I guess time will tell. I used 5 golems. I shouldn't have used 5 golems here. There's really no need. I could have used 4 or maybe even 3, but I'm going to go ahead and delay my jump spells, make sure there's a nice funnel for all my witches to go to the center of the base, and then I'm going to go ahead and drop the witches once I think the coast is clear, and the jump spells and the heroes. But as you're watching this raid, and I do want to go ahead and pause and notate the Grand Warden ability. There's a few things I could have done differently here, right? So I could have brought less golems, didn't need that much firepower, that was kind of unnecessary on my part. And also, I could have gone ahead and used a freeze right here. instead of that, right where that rage was, I could have used a freeze there. I mean, I didn't necessarily absolutely need it, but it would have kept some of my troops alive. I think some of my witches went down there, and or maybe not my witches, but a couple of my wizards might have went down there, and it could have obviously mitigated some of the damage being done to the barbarian king at that time too. Instead, I'm kind of left sitting with a freeze spell that I don't need because I was able to use that jump spell to access that northern inferno tower with my barbarian king, and once the king gets the inferno down, there's really no need for a freeze spell. I mean, Town Hall 9s know this, that you don't need freeze spells unless you're going against inferno towers. You just don't. I mean, even against the Tesla wall bases, I don't even think you need freeze spells. I think the reason they gave Town Hall 9s freeze spells was to attack Town Hall 10s, and I don't think they're really useful at Town Hall 9s. Granted, I did get that wizard tower down, so that was helpful, but it's certainly not the best usage of a spell there. Now watch this mortar, guys. The mortar goes boom, takes out the skeletons, and I know I can withstand one mortar direct hit, so I let that go down. And then look at the Grand Warden ability. Mortar fires, freeze, boom, tome. So I was pretty proud of that little moment there. It was kind of fun to do. And then after that, the witches and the wizards will be able to take care of it, everything else being no splash damage left on the board. So I thought I was going to win the war with that because I tied it up at that point, or I got it very close to tied, and I think we had like a 1 or 2 star lead at that point. But what happened was they got 2 1-star, or excuse me, 3 or 4? I don't know. I got to learn to count, I guess. But they got a few 3-star attacks after that attack. But I thought I was going to win it on a tiebreaker because of percentage. But we're going to go ahead and finish up with NATO's raid here. You can see he has another Go Wee Wee army. Surprise, surprise, right? And we'll finish off with my long soliloquy regarding the this is an interesting base, by the way. Rushed Town Hall 11. Obviously, Rangers wants the Warden, so he has a level 11 Warden, level 3 Witches, but he has kind of a rushed base otherwise. It'd be interesting to see if you see more of these crop up. And just to finish up my thoughts on balance and basically what I kind of think right now is that we might see maybe a little bit more nerfing or maybe buffing to the Eagle Artillery. I think maybe not any more nerfing. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Maybe we will. You never know. They know better than I do, obviously, over the development team, but my thought process is getting a little bit stronger either on the Warden defensively or the Eagle Artillery, only not so much to make 3-starring more difficult, because I actually like the idea that we can 3-star more often now, but I kind of want more strategy involved, right? I want those 2-phase attacks. I want to see more strategy. I want to see back-end balloons, back-end hogs, stuff like that. I want people to have to think about how to take out that artillery before they go in. I want to have to see them plan for the Eagle Artillery, not just treat it as, an expo. Basically, don't put too much thought into it, right? Now, I put more thought into Infernos than I do on the Eagle Artillery now. I'm sure you guys are the same. So those are my thoughts on the update. And also, I'll be honest with you guys, I'd like to see Town Hall 10 get a little bit more something offensively, because right now there's not a heck of a lot of use to going Town Hall 10, to not go Town Hall 11. Town Hall 10s don't get a heck of a lot. So I don't know, guys. That's my thoughts on the update as far as balancing goes, and also as far as I hope you guys enjoyed all these 3-star attacks, I should say, at our most recent clan war. And shout out again to Battle Elite. Those guys did a heck of a job. And guys, thank you all so much for viewing. As always, take care, guys.
Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. Just a few ways you can help the channel out. Number 1, like. Number 2, subscribe. And number 3, comment. Tell me what you think of the video. I really appreciate it, guys, and it really helps me out a lot. Also, you can find me on social media. I'm active every day on Twitter at @clash_with_ash, and on Bindle chat group #ClashWithAsh. And as always, you can find me on my website at www.clashwithash.com. Thanks, guys.